Hello friends. Today I am starting my onions and my snapdragons. I just finished blocking all the seed trays. I have 5 total today that I'm using, and I can fit 50 blocks in a seed tray. This tray here has the blocks for my snapdragons, so there's 35 of those. I'm not doing a full tray. This is my first time using a soil blocker, and so I just wanted to kind of share my experience. I found it pretty easy. The main thing was the consistency of the soil and how saturated it is with water definitely made a difference. So the consistency that I found that I liked was if I picked up a handful of soil that was well mixed with water, I'd be able to squeeze just a little bit of water out of it. I found at the bottom of the tub that I mixed it in here, if it got a little too saturated, it actually made it harder to form nice, compact blocks. So those are some observations. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to seed these blocks and then just sprinkle a little bit of soil on top, and then we'll be done for the evening. The other thing that I did is I added some mycorrhiza into the potting mix before I form the soil blocks, and that's supposed to help the roots as they grow develop more connections with the soil and the good bacteria in the soil, just promote better root growth and connections to soil life. So I don't know the full science, but it sounds great from what I've heard, and so I wanted to give it a try. Now let's start seeding. First, snapdragons. I put a few seeds per block for these. Since I got these seeds last year, I wanted to make sure that they germinated. Next, I sowed the Cortland onions. These are a much larger seed than the snapdragons, which made it easy to plant 1 per block. Next was the Walla Wallas. And these blocks are the 2-inch size. I decided to just do 1 type of block to start because I didn't want to overcomplicate or spend extra money for startup my first year. but I can understand why some people might like having a few sizes for the different sizes of seeds and seedlings, depending on how big they get before they get planted out. These are so sturdy, which is good because the soil is actually pretty heavy, more than I would have expected. The last thing I'm going to do is add a sheet of wax paper. This is just unbleached instead of a humidity dome. I'm going to turn the lights off of these. They don't need them right now. But this will just help keep some moisture in, help them germinate. Once they're germinated, I'll take this off and they'll be just under the lights at that point. Hello, it is the next morning. Of course, I had to come check on my newly started seedlings. Well, seeds at this stage this morning. It's not like there's anything new going on. I really just came out to turn on the lights for the snapdragons. Snapdragons require light to germinate, and so I actually didn't add soil on top of the seeds after they're planted. They just have to stay moist and in the light to get started. So I have those snapdragons there. The next two shelves up are my onions. I have Walla Walla and Cortland, and those do not need light to germinate, but they do need to stay kind of moist. And once they germinate, I will take the wax heaver off of them and turn the lights on, and they'll be good to go. One way that I'm keeping my seedlings organized is I am labeling the boxes with the name of whatever is in there, as well as the date that I started it and the date that I plan to transplant it out. Of course, that'll be a little flexible depending on the weather and how the seedlings are looking, but I'm hoping that that will help future Sierra be a little more on top of it when things get a little more busy. I love staying organized. If you know me, you probably know that. Other than that, my seed setting startup here is pretty basic. I have lights that are the correct spectrum for starting seeds and the appropriate lumens. And then, of course, I have the boxes that I made. If you didn't see how I made those, check out the previous video and I walk you through my process and how I did that. I actually need to start a couple more boxes and I'm hoping to do that today. I would like to start at least another 50 tray of Walla Walla seeds because I ended up having more than expected, and it would be really nice to fill some little spots in the garden and have extra in case some of them don't germinate or the seedlings don't look great. So I'm hoping to do that in the next couple days. Thank you for following along and watching. I am so excited to see these sprout up and come to life, and for the next seeds that I'll be starting again here soon. If you're curious what else I've been doing to get ready for the garden, check out some of my previous videos. I'll try to link them here. And again, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. I would love to hear what you're starting, if you're starting any seeds in the comments. So let me know. I'd love to read them and get a glimpse of your gardens. Have a good one. Bye.